Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and I flip clothing that I buy at thrift stores and yard sales online for a profit, for income for my family. I operate out of a shed. This is my shed. It's a 10 by 14 shed in my backyard, and I do everything in here except store items. I photograph, steam, and list the items, and I do all of my shipping. This is my shipping bench behind me. I do store shoes in here, but all clothing gets stored in the garage in bins. If you're interested in a tour of my shed, I do have a video for that. But today I have a thrift haul for you guys. Okay, so quick update for anyone who watched any of my previous videos. I have had a part-time person start with me in December. Well, she was with me last year. She lives here in Florida half of the year, what we call snowbirds. So she lives in Rhode Island the other half, and then she's here during the colder winter months. So yeah, I was really excited about her coming back. But last week I did have to cut her hours from 20 hours a week to 10 hours a week, which really sucked to have to do that. But you guys, sales have just been really slow. And I don't know if they've been really slow for you guys or slower than normal. But for me, usually by this time in January, they are starting to pick up and they've just been slow. So I really hated to do it. Thankfully, she has another job, another part-time job where she can pick up additional shifts. But I know she was relying on those hours, so it really did suck to have to do that, but this is business and I have to do it. So I probably should have started her with 10 hours and then work up to 20. I was just hoping that things would pick up quickly, but they did not. Hopefully in a week or two, things will pick up and I can give her additional hours. But right now I have someone helping me for 10 hours a week. Other drastic thing I had to do because sales have been slow is just looking at my income and just needing to make some additional changes. And that other change I made was dropping my preschooler, she's 4 years old, from preschool 4 days a week to just 2 days a week. You guys, that's something that's saving me like almost $600 a month. And honestly, even if I was just a stay-at-home mom not making any money, like I really wanted her to socialize in a school setting. She loves going, but she also loves staying home. So she wasn't really sad about having extra time with mom and dad. And yeah, we're gonna be saving about $600 there, but that means I'm gonna have less time to dedicate to reselling. Basically what I'm going to do is the 2 days that she's in preschool, I'm going to just really be diligent and really good with my time management. So those 2 days, I'm getting as much done as I possibly can. Also, grandma has stepped in and is watching her at least 1 day a week on Mondays. So I pretty much have 3 days where I can do uninterrupted tasks for my reselling business. Because the other option is looking for a job and working for someone else. And I am just so used to the flexibility I have had in reselling for the last 5 years now that it's just not something I'm ready to throw in the towel with yet. All right, so that is what's going on. Those are the updates. Now let's go ahead and get into the thrift haul. But before I show you guys what I got, I want to let you know what is going on with my Goodwills. I don't know if it's similar in your area or not, but this trip, not this trip, but the trip right before this trip, same location. I'm at the store and it is completely empty. Like this, all of my locations, usually you can't even get through the clothes because it is jam-packed. This was not the case. I mean, there were huge gaps. The racks were empty. The shelves with shoes and hard goods were empty. And I was seriously having a panic attack. Like I was really freaking out. What is going on? I'm thinking they're sending everything to their online stores. That's why sales are down. I know that they are sending a lot more to online marketplaces and selling a lot more online. And that has been harder for resellers because they obviously get a ton of stuff and they get it for free. So I'm shopping and I'm just like really freaking out. I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? I have to get a job. I mean, I am really struggling, you guys. I'm really sad. I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But I get through the trip. I do the whole store. Now, this is a pretty big location. I normally cannot do the entire place and definitely not in 2 hours. So that was kind of cool because I am kind of an everything seller. So it was nice to be able to go through everything, the hard goods and women's clothing, men's clothing, shoes, all of that. I only found like maybe 10 pieces, which is just crazy. Usually I can find 10 pieces in like one aisle. But so when I went to check out, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna ask the cashier if they know what's going on. So he happened to actually be the manager, and he shared a bunch of information with me. Basically, my locations a few, I want to say maybe 6 months ago, decided to go tagless. So none of the items would have any tags on them. And they changed the pricing because they used to have one pricing for jeans, one for dresses, tops, etc. But when they took out the tags, they decided all clothing was going to be $5.99 a piece. I actually get a 25% discount all the time because I signed up for their program. But yeah, they decided that everything would be $5.99. At that time, I thought, well, this is great. I don't have to come home and cut all of these tags off because that took time. But then I realized, because I found a designer piece at the location closest to my house, which is like 7 minutes away. There's a designer piece that I loved, but it had a big hole in it. Then I see the same top a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, and I thought to myself, how in the world are they going to know what to get rid of with this tagless system? So I knew eventually they were going to have to do something, because that just doesn't make sense. Imagine having inventory that you just don't know how long you've had it for, and you don't know when to rotate your items. So I knew that wasn't going to work, and he confirmed that. So he said that because they switched over back to having tags again, the new management wanted them to pull everything out so that they can kind of have a fresh start. So he told me that the back room was actually filled to capacity, like floor to ceiling, with donations. He said, on top of the fact that we've gotten more donations than ever, we haven't been allowed to put them out yet, but he said to me that they would be putting it out. He was like, we have no more room, so we're putting everything out. Come back, it's going to be full. So, oh my God, I was so relieved. Kind of wish I asked someone sooner, because I could have saved myself a lot of anxiety on this trip, but I felt a lot better after that. Okay, so a week later, because I'm super excited for all this new inventory they're going to be getting, I went back to the same location a week later, and it was still pretty empty, but I did see, I think, 2 people putting stuff out from new racks from the back. But I was like kind of bummed, because I was just there a week ago and I went through everything. And this isn't like the closest location to me. This one's about 25 minutes away. Okay, so here's where it got kind of tricky. So I found a number of nicer pieces, like nothing extraordinary, but there were some pieces that I found that I got, and I'll show you guys, that were on a velvet hanger, not on their standard black plastic hangers. So the first piece I found, I think, was an Eileen Fisher piece, which a lot of resellers talk about. A lot of people know this brand, so it wouldn't be hard for Goodwill to say, oh, this is a brand that we want to sell on our online stores. So I found this piece. Not only was it on a velvet hanger, but it didn't have a tag attached to it, which, since they've had tags for a little while now, they will not sell you anything that doesn't have a tag attached to it. Now, that's mostly with hard goods and shoes, because those are priced individually. Like, some shoes will be $5.99, some will be $9.99, some will be $14.99. But the clothes, like I said, are still $5.99 each. But you do get some cashiers that will say, nope, if it doesn't have a tag, I can't sell it to you. It's got to go back to the bag for processing. But sometimes I get pieces without a tag, and I just throw it in my cart, and they can tell me what they want to tell me when I go to check out. So after finding this Eileen Fisher piece, I found a number of other items on velvet hangers without tags. All good brands. Again, I got a couple of them. Some of them I ended up putting back because the sell-through rate wasn't good, or whatever, like it just wasn't worth for me to pick up. But they did look like quality items, whether they said like made in Italy, whether it said made in Italy, or it was good quality material, 100% silk or cashmere or something like that. Again, these pieces were on velvet hangers and did not have a tag on them. So here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking that one of two things. Either an employee messed up and took a bunch of stuff that was supposed to go to their online store and put it out on the sales floor, or the same person donated all of these items like right on their velvet hangers, and they just put it out like that. They just didn't switch out the hangers. So I don't know which one it is, but the pieces that I found, the majority of the pieces that I found that were good were the ones that were on the velvet hanger without a tag. So I was really bummed that I made the trip out there and the pieces that I had that had the tags on them, you know, weren't like anything that I was super excited about. So I was like, this trip super sucked. But I said, you know what? I'm still gonna bring them up there, and if they want to tell me no, they'll tell me no. If they want to charge me $5.99, which is the standard price for clothing, then that would be great. Now, I take everything off of the hangers every time I check out, right before I check out, and I leave all of the hangers hanging on the racks by the returns, like the dressing rooms. I do that for two reasons. I don't want them struggling and pulling items, like stretching the fabric and all of that to get it off the hanger. I'd rather do it nicely myself. And also it saves a ton of time. I usually have a cart full of items, so to stand there and hold up the line while they take all the hangers out. So that's why I do that. So I continued to do that, and I went to check out, you guys, and they couldn't find the tags. I saw them looking for it, and I was just waiting for them to tell me, for the cashier to tell me that they couldn't sell it to me. But he went ahead and plugged in $5.99 for the 3 or 4 pieces I had that did not have a tag on it. So you guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's one of the two things I'm thinking of, or am I just making stuff up? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking happened, but I'm definitely curious if you have any ideas what happened there, or if it was just some sort of mistake. And also in the comments, let me know what's going on at your Goodwill locations. Have you completely stopped going to Goodwill and focused on other places like Salvation Army? I just happen to go to Goodwill a lot because it's just convenient and easy, but I have had a lot of luck at Salvation Army. I just don't get out there very much, and I don't know why. I should. I need to. Hopefully I'll be coming at you guys with a thrift haul from Salvation Army, because now I'm really thinking I haven't been there in a while and I need to go check it out. Okay, enough with that. Let's go ahead and show you the pieces that I got. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the haul. So my average cost of goods for the month of January right now is $4.27. So I buy different items that can just bring that number up. Like for example, this Sony DVD player thing, 5-changer player. I paid about $8 for that, but these sell for about $80. So items like that, or shoes that I spend $7 or $8 on, will bring up my cost of goods. But I just keep an average, and right now for the month of January, it's $4 and I already forgot the number, $4.27. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the haul. This first item is a brand I'm trying to be selective with, but I love this so much, I would be happy to keep it for myself. The brand is Mod Cloth, size medium, so it's my size, and it is a crushed velvet balloon sleeve top. So I learned two things with this top. Crushed velvet, I never really knew. I would have just called it velvet, but crushed velvet is when it has a pattern to it that makes it look wrinkled, like this here. So that's crushed velvet. And then I've always struggled with the difference between balloon sleeve and bishop sleeve. So apparently balloon sleeve, like this one, it cinches up closer to the wrist, whereas a bishop sleeve would cinch up here closer to your forearm. So that was something I learned, and I was really happy to learn that, because I love picking up bishop sleeve and balloon sleeve, and I kind of usually use both in my title because I figure other people aren't sure either. But now I know for sure the difference between the two. Next, I'm gonna pull out a bag. I wanted to do that first, but that's okay. This is a Ted Baker little like wicker bag. It does have a flaw there and another flaw right there. Otherwise, it's in good shape. The strap looks great. The interior looks good as well. There's the interior, probably just needs a wipe down. I know that, okay, here. It used to say Ted Baker there, and that's fading. This is another piece I would be happy to keep. So that's what I'm trying to do these days, you guys, is like, if it gets to a point where I'm like, I just can't even be a reseller anymore, I'm gonna do something else because it's just too hard. I just don't know what's gonna happen with reselling. So I have been thinking a lot like that lately. I would be happy to just add this to my personal collection. But yeah, it did have some flaws. I did see those flaws when I purchased it, and I purchased it knowing they had the flaws. I am being so diligent about checking for flaws now, you guys. So here's one thing I've done to be better about checking for flaws. What I used to do was I would just fill my cart, shop for hours, and then I would go either to a corner or into the dressing room where I could further check comps and check for flaws. But usually it's been hours. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, all the things. I'm completely over it. And so I'm fading and I'm not doing a good job at checking for flaws. I'm missing stuff because I'm tired. So what I'm doing now is I just check comps a lot sooner, or I go to the dressing room a lot sooner. Once I have like 10 pieces, 20 pieces, I go in there while I still have energy and I inspect for flaws. And I've been finding that I've been much better at bringing pieces home that either do not have flaws or flaws that I know they have, and I'm willing to list it that way. So like for this one, even though it has the flaw there, the lining is still there. So it's not like anything can fall out of the bag. But I thought this was really cute. Ted Baker bag. Okay, next. So this is the Eileen Fisher piece that was on a velvet hanger with no tag. I know sometimes black looks completely washed out with the ring light behind it, but this item is not faded at all. It looks like it's never ever been worn. I would say it's 100% something that's never been worn. It's just like a basic t-shirt dress, but this style does well for me in Eileen Fisher. It is a size small, so I wish it was not, but I do think this might be a newer label. I'm not sure, but super basic, minimalist dress, and that is one of the keywords I will use in my listing for this. And I was able to find a stock photo. That's another reason why I think that's a newer label, because I found this item listed on their website. So that was really good, because normally I'm never able to find Eileen Fisher stock photos. So yeah, I think this is a newer piece. Okay, this was a really good find. This one I actually found on the first trip when I went and I was freaking out. So this I found then. This is a pair of Stella McCartney, which, I just banged my phone, sorry about that. Stella McCartney, I've never found before. Found this pair of straight leg jeans. You guys, if you know what this is called, this like thick stitching, maybe that's what it's called, let me know, because I'd love to be able to use the appropriate keywords here. Really not sure what I'm going to list these at, maybe 80, and see what happens. But yeah, excited to find that brand for the first time. Here is a pair of Ralph Lauren riding pants. So like equestrian riding pants with a permanent crease and cuff. And then this is pig suede here. I love selling anything equestrian, and this brand, Ralph Lauren, does well in that field. The next piece is another one I would be so happy to keep for myself. It is just the brand Express, but I do well with this brand in like really cute pieces like this one. And I found the cutest stock photo. I'll attach it. Here is another balloon sleeve, and it's got some pleating in the front, and it's just a really, really, really cute top that I think will sell well, but I will not be mad if it does not. Okay, next we have Young, Fabulous, and Broke. This is a brand I am selective with, YFB. It is 100% linen, just a basic minimalist piece. It's a shirt dress. And gonna list this one around $32. We're getting into summer, so I'd like to have linen pieces. And I actually did find comps for this one and they were pretty decent, so I picked it up. Okay, now here is an example of where I completely ignore the fact that the brand is one you should completely pass up on most of the time, and that is Joseph A. This is a size small, but you guys, how adorable. How adorable with those little grainy squares, the crochet at the bottom, the super cute boho sweater. So don't care that the brand isn't any good. I think that this will do well. I just love it. Okay. This is a piece that I know for sure was on a velvet hanger with no tag on it. The brand I wasn't familiar with, Claudia Nicole, but it did look like a nice looking tag, and it is 100%, if I am not mistaken. No, it is 90% super wash merino wool with 10% cashmere. So really good quality material there. And the sell-through rate for this brand wasn't great, but I feel like my sweater was much nicer than the ones that I saw. I love the different colors here. It's got ribbing here on the shoulders, and it's just a really nice piece. So I picked it up and probably list this around $39.99. This is another piece that was on a velvet hanger without a tag. It's just Athleta, but Athleta is another brand that is talked about a lot, and I think that if they're paying attention to YouTubers like us, that they would know that this is one that does well. I'm forgetting the exact name of this sweater, but you guys, the quality on this is so good. It's got this big slit here. It's in really like excellent condition. And the sell-through rate on this exact, I will go ahead and plug it up on the screen because I can't remember right now what the exact name of it is, but the sell-through rate was pretty good. And I didn't see a ton listed in this beige color, cream color, which is super popular with neutrals and minimalism right now. So I was happy with this one. I was happy that I was able to get it because, like I said, I was really nervous that they weren't going to let me get any of the items that didn't have tags on them. Next, I have something that was, I think, $1.99. It's a Banana Republic, 100%, nope, I'm wrong again. 55% wool, 26% nylon, 14% alpaca, and 2% spandex. So all really good quality fabrics, a really pretty like blush pink scarf. So I got that for $2.99. Okay, this item here is from J. Crew, size 4, 100% linen with a cute flutter sleeve. Just perfect for spring coming up and summer, 100% linen, the pastel colors, and it is Black Label J. Crew, which I do like to put in my title or somewhere in my description. If I have, if I don't have room in the title, I'll put it in the description that it's Black Label because I do find that Black Label does better. But yeah, super cute top from J. Crew. Okay, this next piece had 100 or over 100% sell-through rate. I looked up the brand, which is the Pyramid Collection. So on eBay, I typed the Pyramid Collection corset and it generated 100% sell-through rate. So I was really happy with that. I believe some of the keywords I used for this was like Renfest, Renaissance, cosplay, and of course what it is, like a lace-up corset, under bust corset. Yeah, always happy to find a brand I've never heard of that is over 100% sell-through rate. This next piece, I try to be selective with this brand, Boston Proper. Here's the label. It's a size medium, but you guys, it's heavily beaded and just so pretty. I think this is good for resort wear or cruise, vacation, stuff like that. Just beaded all throughout, very pretty. And yeah, I just couldn't leave it behind, even though I'm not sure. This might be a piece that sits for a little bit, but hopefully it will sell this summer. All right, I just have one more piece here, you guys. Another brand I am selective about. I leave a lot of Lulus behind. This one, though, is Lulu's new with tag. Also, I find a lot of Lulu's new with tag. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if, you know, someone's buying something for their event online and they get it and they try it on and they absolutely hate it. So, you know, how it looks on them. So they donate it, because I do find a lot of Lulu's new with tag. But this color, just gorgeous. I was also able to find the proper name of this dress. It's got a high, it's going to be hard to show you this because it's really long. It's floor length, beautiful color. And because I was able to find the name on it, I was able to find exactly what the sell-through looked like, and it looked really good. So I think that this will do really well. We're getting into dress season, whether it's proms or events and weddings and all of that stuff. So I was happy to pick this up so I can have a piece like that in my stores. Okay, you guys, that is it for my haul. I have been doing a lot of shopping. Oh, I wanted to show you guys one more piece. It's over here on Amy, and I forgot all about it because she was over there. This piece is 100% silk, reversible skirt. It's gonna be hard to show you because I gotta bring her all the way up, but so stinking cute. It's a wrap skirt, midi length, 100% silk, and each side is reversible. So each side has a different pattern, and I could not leave this behind. This will absolutely go in my closet if it doesn't sell, unless it's new with tags also. Oh, the brand is Mexicali. New with tags. I can't show it to you because it's on Amy, but I would be happy to keep that if it doesn't sell. All right, you guys, so I'll be back in a few days with another haul because I have been shopping a lot and I have a lot that I want to show you guys. But for now, that is the haul. Please consider, if you've made it all the way to the end, subscribing to my channel for more hauls and what sold and whatever else. I do want to come up with more process videos like how I list and photograph and all that stuff. If you're interested, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!